Hi, everyone. It's Sarah, the host of Unmuzzled, a podcast. We spell that P-A-W-D because it's all things animals all the time. So I'm so excited to have my guest. I'm going to bring Amy right in. Hi, Amy. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
So Canine Therapy Corps is in Chicago, but you reach other places too. First of all, tell me what your title is and what your background is with animals.
Sure. So my title at Canine Therapy Corps is Program and Volunteer Manager. My background is actually in social work. So this is my first job working with animals, dogs specifically. And I had studied psychology and then went on to grad school and studied social work. Found this job a couple of years ago, and it was the perfect way for me to combine my passion of working with people, specifically with kids, and also my passion for working with animals.
Yeah, and important to know, we'll get into what exactly Canine Therapy Corps is, but you didn't just quit working with people. And in fact, a lot of what you do is helping people through animals, which I think is just so remarkable. So tell us about Canine Therapy Corps and what you do. What is a day in the life like for you? I know it's a little bit different every day with all of the programs that you guys have, but kind of take us back behind the scenes.
Sure. So our mission is all about our goal-directed programs that we provide throughout the Chicagoland area. So we are a very small nonprofit. We have 3 full-time staff and then some part-time staff, but the bulk of our work comes from our volunteers. So we have volunteers that certify their pet dogs to become therapy dogs. And we go out and work at different organizations mostly throughout the city of Chicago. We do some work in the suburbs. But basically, the dogs are a part of the healing process. So we have these programs where the programs are interactive, they're goal directed. So we're looking for specific outcomes is what we say. So an example, we partner with Shirley Ryan Ability Lab in the Loop, and we work with patients, we call them participants. So we work with a group of participants each week that are at Shirley Ryan due to an illness, injury, etc., and they're in physical therapy at the hospital. So our dogs come on Wednesday nights. They get paired with a small group of people, and the work that the dogs are doing with the participants is designed to supplement the work that they're doing during the day in their physical therapy at the hospital.
For people that are in these type of places, there is like nothing better, especially if you have had a pet. Like you said, some of these people are injured. They're not necessarily, they've not been like this their whole life. But and I'm sure that you have seen these moments where people just light up at the sight of these animals.
Definitely. Yeah. That's feedback we get on a very regular basis as people, especially people that are hospitalized, they haven't seen their dogs in a few days, maybe a few weeks, maybe even a few months. And people always say, this is the best part of my day. This is my, best part of my week. So it's a fun way to do therapy, but the dogs kind of make you forget that you're doing that. So it's great.
Yeah, so true. So, too, you also have this amazing facility, which I've been to a few times. So, kind of tell us how people can get involved. Like if they have a dog, maybe that might be interested, but you also do other things in this facility as well.
Yeah, so we do have training classes. If you are interested in becoming a volunteer, we do have some volunteer opportunities for people without dogs. Most of our volunteer opportunities are for people with certified therapy dogs, but as long as your dog has the right temperament, so they love people, they do not have to love other dogs. They just have to kind of tolerate being around them. So we have classes. Historically, we only had obedience classes. We just started offering some fun new classes. So we have a nose work class, a new fit dog class, an agility class. So lots of different classes. And they're open to anyone. You do not have to aspire to certify your dog to be a therapy dog. We also use our space for a few of our psychosocial programs. And it's really nice because we have all of our equipment at our disposal to use for those, like you can see in some of these, the pictures. And then we do a few events throughout the year at our space as well.
Yeah, I was there for, I think, one of the first events that you had. I can't remember when it was. It might have been around the holidays last year. And I was just like blown away by number one, the building is perfect.
Yeah.
The amount of space you have, to do this really important work. So for you, what do you think, since you've been there, what is the biggest lesson that you've learned in all of this?
I just think dogs are incredible. I had heard about therapy dogs before I started working here. I really honestly didn't know that much about them. A lot of people don't understand the difference between like a service dog and a therapy dog. So over the years, just really growing to understand the impact that the dogs can have on the healing process, whether it be, someone at the hospital that's in physical therapy following an injury, someone that is in recovery for substance use. We have a variety of populations we work with, but seeing the programs in action is just the most incredible thing.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. And even like the pictures that you sent to me, and even like looking at your pages, it's amazing work. When you see too, I feel like, obviously we have a shelter crisis right now, but we also have a lot of people at younger ages caring about their dogs and wanting their dogs to, do good in the world. And have you seen kind of younger people coming into your programs and wanting their dogs to help other people as well?
Yeah, definitely. We've got a wide variety of not just ages of volunteers, but the dogs themselves. I think people, when they hear therapy dog, they picture like a golden retriever going room to room at a hospital. We do have a couple golden retrievers. They're amazing, but we also have mixed breed dogs. We have senior dogs. They do have to be a year old to test, but we've got really young dogs. So there's kind of this misconception that the dogs have to be like purebred, perfect temperament, and that's just not the case. It does take some training to get the dogs in a place to be able to take our assessment. It is pretty difficult because the dogs are going in situations where they do need to have rock solid obedience. But yeah, any dog can become a therapy dog, like I said, so long as they have the right temperament.
Yes, that's so true, and it's not funny, but I have chihuahuas that don't have teeth. And so like, like they're not going to bite anybody, right? But we used to take them to senior living facilities through a
Mhm.
live rescue. And I remember, that wasn't like so much training, but just, making sure the dog is going to be comfortable, because in some of these senior living homes, not everybody likes dogs, number one, and not everybody knows how to hold a dog. So it's kind of on you also to make sure that the person is comfortable holding your, 5 pound
Mhm.
chihuahua, and that the chihuahua is going to be comfortable. And I remember my dog, Cheese, she would just sit right in the lap of the people in the wheelchairs, and they just loved her because she had, huge chihuahua ears. And it just like does your heart good, like seeing
Mhm.
that, like, and and for a lot of these people, it's like the best time of their day, right? I mean, this is like yeah, this is like their excitement for the day. But I do think, having a dog that is able to do that kind of thing is so rewarding. And I remember, the times that I couldn't go, I was so upset because it like made my whole week being able to like
Mhm.
give that joy to somebody. But yeah, I mean, you're so right. All of these places that you go to that are often have complicated cases, you do have to make sure these animals are rock solid and able to, handle hands grab me at them. And I
Mhm.
one woman just like really took cheese in and squeezed her, and I was okay with it, but I just, you have to make sure that they're able to take that. But yeah, just incredible work. So can you just take us a little bit behind, like if somebody signs up and they want,
Mhm.
to be part of your program for the therapy talks, what is the testing like? You don't have to go through everything, but just so
Yeah.
if somebody's listening, like how do they go about it, and like what is the process from there?
Definitely. So there is a page on our website. We just redid our website, but I believe it's the Get Involved tab. There's a section to click if you have a dog that you're interested in certifying, and then a section if you don't have a dog. There's a few ways to get involved. So basically, it kind of depends on where you're at in your training journey. If you just acquired a dog, whether it's a puppy or an adult dog, and you've done no formal training before, usually most people will start with it's called Foundations. It's just our beginner obedience class. If you have done training, like there are other training facilities in the city that do great therapy dog training. So if you have trained elsewhere, just reach out to us. There's a fee to test, but basically you sign up, you pay the fee, and then we do have a form for your veterinarian to fill out. From there, sometimes there's a little bit of a wait list, but generally you can get into tests within a month or so. We have 2 different tests. So our mission is all about our goal-directed work, as I said. That test is 14 exercises, a combination of, we're looking at the temperament of the dog as well as the obedience. And we're not just testing the dog. The test is a lot about the handler's skills as well. Anything from, sit and down on cue. Will your dog sit and down when you ask them to in a training facility with, 5 other dogs nearby? There are some other exercises that kind of simulate what the dogs will see when they're out volunteering. So for one, we drop a metal bowl on tile and it makes a really loud noise, as you can imagine. We're just testing to see how the dogs react to that. Can they calm back down and get down to baseline and continue on, or does it just totally disrupt their day? There's a recall exercise, loose leash walking, a couple different exercises that incorporate a down, whether it be in a group or individually. So there's a handful of exercises. The majority are individual, and then there's a couple at the end that are group exercises. The test takes about 2 hours because we usually test between 6 and 8 dogs. So I think a lot of people get tripped up because their dog is sitting there waiting for so long, as other dogs test, and there's not, you're not allowed to bring treats in. So your dog has to listen to you without getting any treats for that time. So the dogs do get treats in program. The test is the only time that they're not allowed to get treats. But so that's our goal-directed assessment. And then we actually just announced a new certification for visitation only. So basically, you're going to different social service organizations, hospitals, etc., and you're there primarily to kind of put a smile on someone's face. You're not really going to be, it's not the interactive piece where your dog has to take cues from someone else. Mm-hmm. That assessment, there is a prerequisite. It's the Canine Good Citizen test. Mm-hmm. And then if your dog has that, if your dog does not have that, you can take that through us as well. But if your dog does have it, that assessment is 10 exercises, and it just pulls things straight from the CGC test. So like I said, if your dog has that already, that's a great indicator that they will do successful on that assessment. And same process to sign up. You pay the fee, fill out that form on our website, get your veterinarian to fill out that form, the health form, and then you're good to go to come in to take it.
So, this is... How many people I assume people are upset, if they don't pass. For sure. Do they then go and practice and train and then come back?
Oh yeah. So our visitation assessment is new to us, as I mentioned. But our goal-directed test is, we have it once a month. It only has a 10 to 15% first-time pass rate. So very, very, very hard. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, very hard. And what we find is it's rare, I would say, that we see people that take it once, don't pass, and they just totally give up, because most of the people have been training with their dog for weeks, months on end. So it's not uncommon for us to see the same handlers and dogs testing for 3-4 months at a time. But we do have people get upset, but usually they're able to kind of change that energy into something positive, and then it'll motivate them to work in between each assessment. And it's rare, though, that people take the test several times and then kind of fall off. Most people are really, really in it and really dedicated, and the day that they do pass the test it's the best.
Yeah, that's so rewarding for you guys, I'm sure. So I was reading too on your website. So obviously with 3 staff members, you really rely on volunteers. And I saw too, if you don't have a dog that wants to be a therapy dog, you can still volunteer with you.
Yeah, definitely. So one of the exercises on our goal-directed assessment utilizes what we call a crowd, similar to the CGC. We have 3 people. They're using medical equipment, so wheelchair, crutches, and a walker. That I get to be a part of the test each month in that capacity, and I love it. So that's a way you can get involved. We have fundraisers throughout the year where we rely heavily on volunteers at those. And then we also have a young professionals board. They put on our annual gala each spring. It's a great group of people. And then we do have a board of directors as well for someone looking to get involved in that capacity. So there's definitely a number of ways that people without a dog, or maybe you have a dog, but you've got kind of a ways to go. There's still ways to get involved.
Yeah, and I saw on your website, like, there's a whole prep thing. So you're not just like walking into these evaluations and tests. Like you can get like an idea of what is going to happen and go on.
Yeah, definitely. So if you're looking to get involved and you really don't know where to start, we do a free 15-minute consultation where you come in and one of the professional dog trainers can just, first off, make sure your dog has the right temperament. We never want to force this on a dog. And then they'll help guide you, where does it make sense? Which class does it make sense to start with? And things like that. If you've done training before and you feel like you're ready to take the test, but you're not sure, we'd have a 30-minute, it's essentially like a private lesson, but the trainer will go through the exercises on the assessment with you, see where you're at. They may recommend, maybe it's worth taking an advanced obedience class to put in a little bit more work, or they may say, you guys are great, you're ready to go, let's get you signed up.
I love that. I mean, I want to do it so badly. I don't have enough time, but I hope that if you're listening, this is such important work. It's so, so important. I know, like, if I was living in a senior center or I got, hurt, and this is something that I would want so, so badly. So please, and this is a 501c3, everybody. So if you donate, I mean, and, as I talk about Live Like Rue a lot on here, and we have a lot of rescue people and foundations and people that transport via airplanes. Anything with a .org is going to be a 501c3. It means it's tax deductible. So if you can't, if you're listening and your dog can't help or you can't help and you want to donate, please go to the website, Canine Therapy Corps, .org. .org is very important. If you can volunteer, same. I mean, their website's amazing. Anything you want to do, it's all right there. Amy, thank you so much. Like, I just adore you guys. I adore what you do. And I'm so glad that we were connected. Thank you so much for your time. Anything else that you want to say?
No, I hope to get to meet some people that found us through the podcast. That would be awesome. Thanks for having me. It was such a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good night. I appreciate it.
Bye, Sarah.
Amy, everybody, again, caninetherapycorps.org. Go and check them out. I need to get to the sponsors, and I'm going to do them back to back right now. Canine Cruise is the place to take your pet. They offer dog and cat boarding, dog daycare, pet retail, and mindful day school. With over 12,000 square feet of indoor space and a huge yard, they are the one-stop shop for professional pet care in Chicago. Bark Pouch makes 5 mess-free lickable treat recipes in 2 sizes for a delightful time with your dog or dogs. Their grab-and-go pouches make warm weather fun and easy breezy. Whether you're traveling, enjoying a long walk, patio season, or family and friend gatherings, Bark Pouch's irresistible, all-human-grade treats let you focus on what matters most: time with your dog or dogs and loved ones. Kiki's Corner Natural Pet Foods in downtown Winfield, just a block south of CDH Hospital and the railroad tracks. Kiki's has all your food and health aid needs for dogs and cats. Kiki's Corner for a healthy, happy pet. Thank you so much to our supporting sponsors. Give the gift of joy and memorable moments of furry loved ones with a gift card from Kimberly Kingen Photography. For more details, please visit her website at KimberlyKingen.com or contact her directly at her email, Kimberly@KimberlyKingen.com. The Canine PT is Chicago's highest rated dog physical therapy clinic, and they're dedicated to enhancing the lives of your 4-legged companions as they age or when recovering from an injury. They also offer a discount for rescue dogs. For more information, visit thecaninept.com. That's THEK9PT.com. Anything is Plausible is Chicago's premier dog training company. They offer group classes for every stage of your dog's life and have a talented team of behavior specialists to work through any issues that need modification using positive reinforcement. Check out Anything is Plausible. Liz starts at Guaranteed Rate. Check with Liz for the absolute best mortgage options. She helps when others can't and even calls it rescue loans. Buyers, sellers, investors, give Liz a call. She can lend in all 50 states. NMLS number 224526. Thank you so much, sponsors. I love you. I appreciate you. Thanks, everybody, for watching and listening. See you next week.